Hey there, guys. Can you all hear me okay? I've got my new mic set up. I just want to make sure that it's not too quiet or too loud or anything like that. Just let me know. Testing, testing. Can you guys hear okay? All right, just want to double check. Thanks, Marco. Welcome back. Okay. So, just while we're waiting to, hey Kevin, how's it going? While we're waiting for more people to show up and before I really jump into it, I have my new mic. I have my new audio interface, which for those of you who don't know, the audio interface is so that I can plug my really nice microphone into the computer. And I have a mic stand right here, but I was looking at my microphone and it's missing that, which like screws on to the mic stand. So I literally just have my microphone sitting on the desk in front of me. And on top of that, this is the second mic stand that I've ordered because the first one that came in the mail broke before I even opened it. So I returned that and got a replacement. But here we are. We are officially in business. Just waiting on that piece because my brother actually still has it. Anywho, welcome to everyone who's here. And yeah. Also, before we get started, just wanted to let you know you might want to stick around till the very end because I'm going to talk a little bit about a giveaway that I want to do in light of the fact that we hit 1,000 subscribers as well as over 4,000 watch hours. So stick around to the end for more info on that. Yeah. So welcome to all of our new and returning Bat fans. We have seen quite the surge of interaction on this channel in the past week or so, almost 2 weeks now, I think. And the Gotham 1939 video is now approaching 60,000 views and climbing, which is huge. And I'm super grateful to all of you for that support and that you all like it so much. I'm sure you're wondering why I've gathered you all here today. I wanted to make the announcement that oh, thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. I wanted to announce under consideration by YouTube for the YouTube Partner Program. Oh, I just did jazz hands. That's like a no-no. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. Had to make a Google AdSense account. Had to like get a bunch of stuff filled out for them, but they're gonna let me know in the next week to a month exactly when we'll start making money off the channel, and we'll have a community page for you guys to hang out and talk on and theorize about things or ask me questions. So I'm looking forward to doing polls and asking you guys' input on the content I'll be putting out. So it's really exciting. And another reminder to anyone just joining us, stick around till the end for info on the giveaway. So YouTube Partner, what does that mean? I'm sure a lot of you know that you can make YouTube into a career. You can make money off of it a number of different ways. And being a YouTube partner just means that basically all the views we'll be getting from you guys and all the support you've already been giving us is going to allow us to have a little bit of income to help to continue the channel and help to make quality content for you guys. It also means that, like I mentioned before, the community section, I'll be able to do polls, I'll be able to post stories, kind of like Instagram. I'll be able to post pictures That way I can hint to you guys what's coming next and ask your input on stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm really excited to have that option for you guys. It means we'll be able to continue to grow the channel together. And I'm really excited to be on that journey with you all. So, yeah, it's a super exciting time for me and for Noah, the other half of the Batfeed. He's like our technical expert and, with stop motion, and as well as just like engineering and logistics and stuff like that. We're super grateful to all of you for your support. I just wanted to shout out a few YouTube/Instagram channels/pages who have been a huge support to us in our journey and growing. First and foremost, I want to shout out on Instagram and just thank him for all of his support with helping get the word out about the channel, about our Instagram page, which if you guys don't know what that is, it's at Batman Stop Motion. So go give us a follow. I'm posting on there a lot more regularly than on here right now. He's just been a huge help. Been bouncing ideas off him, been brainstorming. I want to shout out Crave Cosplay because he has recently come on board with our projects that we're doing. He and I are working on a Wild West Batman documentary, as well as he is our voice actor for the Joker for our stop motion project. And he's doing a pretty sick job. So I just wanted to shout him out. Yeah. Go check him out. He's here on YouTube, Crave Cosplay with 2 Ks. So it's like KraveKosplay, Crave Cosplay. Go check him out on Instagram and on here. I want to shout out Grumps, Gramps, and Slam Dunk Dave at Bat Force Radio. They've been all really cool. They're just a bunch of great guys talking about collector stuff here on YouTube. So go to the Bat Force Radio YouTube channel as well as their Instagrams. Give them support. They've got a podcast where they go over action figures and collector stuff, and they're really cool guys. Been chatting with them on and off. So yeah, give them a look. And then I also want to shout out Superhero Stuff You Should Know. They're a podcast that's been around for quite a while. I'm not sure exactly how long, but they've got some really cool content here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. And I listen to their stuff because they've got a lot of segments that they do on Batman, Robin, other characters in the Batman universe, but also just DC kind of as a whole. Yeah. So go check them out. I want to shout out Above and Batman Beyond here on YouTube, Batman Beyond Media on Instagram. He's been someone else I've been bouncing ideas off of. He's a pretty cool guy, and he's got really cool content focusing on the Batman Beyond show. I think he's got a petition going for like Batman Beyond season 4 to happen on HBO Max. So go give him your support because he's a cool guy. And lastly, but not leastly, I want to shout out Toledo Batman, Eli Portal on YouTube, and at Toledo Batman on Instagram. He's been a huge help as well, and I'm in the Toledo area, so we've been talking about collabing, and he's got a really cool Batman cosplay as well as some cool like how-tos on his YouTube channel. Go give him some support and check his stuff out. And again, to everyone just joining us or people watching this after the fact, there's going to be a giveaway at the end of this video. So, or at least the details for it. The official announcement for the giveaway will come later, but stick around till the end to see that. So back to the YouTube partner program. Sorry, I didn't wake. I just woke up not that long ago. I had a busy day yesterday. Still kind of getting on my feet. We'll know pretty soon whether or not we've been accepted to the YouTube partner program. Full disclosure with you guys, this will mean that there's going to start to be ads on my videos eventually. But like every other video, you'll be able to skip most of them. You'll be able to still see the content, hopefully mostly uninterrupted. But I just wanted to give you guys full disclosure on that because I know I sometimes get annoyed by that, but it's really not that long in the long run, and the content will still be there. So just wanted to let you know. But we made sure to follow YouTube's policies and guidelines pretty closely with our channel. So don't have any doubt in my mind that we will get accepted into the partner program. It just might be a while till we hear back from them because it's YouTube. They're pretty huge. Our channel's still kind of growing. So, yeah, we'll do another check in once we hear back definitively on that. But really optimistic and looking forward to having that for you guys. Yeah, up next. In the meantime, once the partner program starts, we won't be making all that much money off the channel. So if you guys want to offer your support in another way, we have a Patreon set up. I've included the link to that in the description. You can support us at as low as $3 a month or as high as $25 a month. And there's different benefits that come with each tier. There's 4 different ones, I think. And basically, the more benefits you get, the more like behind the scenes and in-person chats you might get with me and with Noah potentially. So go check that out if you want to support the channel and give us a little more of an income to continue making content. That'll be really helpful to us. If you have any questions about that, just leave one in the comments and I'll do my best to answer that. But the different tiers have different perks, and we'd love to have your input on upcoming projects as we get ready to release them, because this is by the fans, for the fans. I want to make content that you guys enjoy. I want to make stuff that you want to see. So, yeah. All right. Sorry. Actually, I'm glad you asked that, Kevin, because I was just about to open it up for Q&A. We'll do a quick Q&A, and then I'll just go into the giveaway details that I have right now. So, what do I think of the new movie of Batman with Robert Pattinson? I am excited for it. I don't really like to form opinions too much until I've actually seen the movie. I know a lot of people like are hating on the Batsuit, hating on Robert Pattinson because of his performance in Twilight or whatever. I know he's been in a lot of stuff since then. I haven't seen all of it, but I have seen some of it, and he's improved a lot. And when the trailer dropped at DC Fandom, I was just like elated by his Bruce Wayne as well as what his Batman looks like in action. So until I have reason to dislike it, I'm going to go ahead and say that I like it so far. And I trust Matt Reeves because he did the newer Planet of the Apes trilogy, and I really liked that. So I do hope his suit gets an upgrade. It does look a little rough around the edges, but I think it's very likely that it will get an upgrade at some point. So, yep. Those are my thoughts on the Robert Pattinson Batman movie so far. If anyone else has any questions, go ahead and type them right now in the chat. We'll do details of the giveaway afterwards. Behind me, see, I started hanging up some of my prints and posters, but I ran out of command strips. So eventually the backdrop will have a lot more Batman in it, but it's a work in progress. So, yeah. What is my favorite iteration of Gotham City so far? Honestly, probably the Gotham show, like the one that has young Bruce Wayne and Jim Gordon as like the main character, just because that's the only iteration of Gotham that I've seen that kind of takes like an original. They didn't like go to Detroit or go to Chicago and just like shoot film of the buildings. They like really put time into building a 3D model. And it's not perfect, but it looks passable and it looks grungy and it looks like Gotham would look like in my mind. Because I'm from Chicago originally, and every time I watch something like Batwoman or even one of the live action shows or movies, gosh, I always see like a building that I recognize in the background. And I'm like, oh, that was filmed in Chicago. The underground chase scene with the Joker in The Dark Knight takes place in Chicago, and like the tunnels that go under the city, some of those streets. So yeah, Batman '89 Gotham is another good example of that. I feel like I feel like Gotham took a lot of nods from that. So, hey, Lux, how's it going? Welcome. Um, okay, yeah. So I would have to go with Gotham on that one. Difficult question. What's your favorite Batman medium? Media, a certain film or comic? You know how like when someone asks you what your favorite movie is, and you're kind of just like, ah, that's really hard to narrow down. But I'll do my best. And you're right, it is kind of a difficult question. Let's see. My favorite. I'll go through different ones. I think my favorite Batman movie thus far is probably Batman versus Superman, followed closely by um, uh, what's Batman versus Robin, like the animated film, because that was like an original take on um, the Court of Owls storyline adapted into that animated universe. Batman 89, for those of you who were in my first live stream that I did, I have kind of mixed feelings on because I love Michael Keaton Batman, but I also don't think he's that attractive of a Bruce Wayne. Um, but I think he does an excellent job for that universe. So, it's kind of give and take. For favorite comic, I would probably go with Batman White Knight by Sean Gordon Murphy. It was just such an original, different take on Joker. Like, I feel like Joker's been kind of overdone lately in the comics, and it was like refreshing to read that story because it showed Joker in like a humanizing light. Like, okay, yeah, he's crazy or pretending to be crazy or whatever, but he's also just a normal dude before. So, I do recommend the sequel to that, Curse of the White Knight. Has some really twisty things, but I know some people were kind of upset by that. So, uh, yeah, I'd be curious to hear what you guys think of it. I think he's doing more. He's working on the Harley Quinn series right now that takes place in that universe, and he's hinted at maybe doing a Batman Beyond in that universe as well. But it's got a lot of Easter eggs for Batman the Animated Series fans. Go check it out. I spent a lot of time on that question, so I'm going to move on, but that was a good question. I prefer Batman Returns over Batman 89, in case you're wondering, Lux. Marco, do you watch the Titan series? And if you do, what do you think of Red Hood coming in season 3? I am really excited about that. I really like Curran Walters as Jason Todd, and I've been wondering from the get go if they were going to go that route with his story arc, and I'm glad to see that they are heading that direction. I definitely am kind of not a huge fan of how they've portrayed some of the Titans. Like, sure, they're human and sure they probably have issues, but like, I don't know, it's almost like they made certain aspects in the Titan show like mature just for the sake of making it a TV anime show, which I don't have any problem with the beatdowns. I don't even really have any problem with the swearing, but like seeing some of your childhood comic superheroes that you grew up with like struggling with drug addiction or whatever kind of like, I don't know, ruins the magic, at least for me a little bit. But overall I really do like the show. Okay, let's see, do I like the Snyder movies? I do. I am over the moon excited for the Snyder cut. You can probably see the reflection of the computer in there, but there you go. That's as good as it's gonna get. I have that print from Dustin Lee Massey. He's a digital artist on Instagram, and I have a T-shirt that I also won in a giveaway that he did. So I will very much so be sitting on my couch for the 4 hours that it takes to watch that. And I hope it sounds like he's ending the Snyder Cut on a cliffhanger, which means potentially there might be a sequel, but I'm not getting my hopes up too much for that, so we'll see. Um, okay, I do like the show Gotham. I didn't like Not the last. I liked the last season. I didn't like the last episode of the last season because it was just too rushed. It was like they tried to cram 5 more seasons of Smallville. Like, imagine watching Smallville and the last 5 seasons they just crammed into one episode to rush Batman coming back to Gotham. That's how it felt. And I get that they didn't like have the funding anymore or the ratings weren't high enough or whatever, but you know, I almost would rather that they had like ended on just Bruce leaving and then maybe like taken it back up on HBO Max or something. Maybe they still will, but it sounds like we're getting that like Batman Year One set in Matt Reeves's Batman universe show. So we'll see what happens there. But how do I feel about there being multiple live action Batman at one time? I think I think it is. Um, they've been like DC and Warner Brothers have been very hesitant to have like, say for instance, a TV show centered on a young Batman because originally they were worried about there being like too many iterations of him and people getting confused about what continuity was going on. But with the announcement of Michael Keaton coming back in the Flash movie as Batman, and especially with like, I don't know how many of you watched Crisis on Infinite Earths on the CW, they kind of like rolled all of the DC EU into like one multiverse. So Batman 1980, Ben Affleck's Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman, even the Titans universe Batman, they all technically exist in the same multiverse now because they're live action. And as long as they keep that explanation going and keep that understanding going, I don't imagine they're going to have any problems with keeping that from getting confusing. But only time will tell. Um, it's really hard to go into it not comparing it to like the MCU, for instance, but they're really not even in the same category. Uh, Same goes for the Marvel versus DC comics. Um, yeah, you know. So, what's my favorite Batman comics? Probably Batman White Knight, like I said before, and also here I'll grab them. Let's see. I keep them all in a row on my shelf. So number one for me is Batman White Knight. This particular copy is like all ruined because I accidentally spilled water all over it, so it's just a reader copy. I'm gonna get a new hardcover one hopefully. But apart from the chalky pages, it's still readable. So that's number one. Number two is Curse of the White Knight. It's got Joker again. It's got Azrael. These are like the three main Batman White Knight multiverse figures that are out right now. I've got Batman, and I've got Joker. I don't have it. Actually, I do have Azrael, but I don't have. I have an Azrael figure. So yeah. And then probably third right now for me is this one, which I know is kind of like a controversial one, but Batman Last Night on Earth. Really like that a lot. Just because it's like it's weird and it's sci-fi and it's like a departure from what they've done before. And I really like what they're doing with Black Label in the comics. So I'll come back to the impression because and to everyone who's here now and just joining us, we're going to be going into a few details about a giveaway later. So stick around for that. I'll come back to the impressions, Lux, because I do want to do that. I'm not that great at them, but it would be interesting to experience that with you guys. Do you think a Batverse type movie would be cool? I do. I think that's kind of what they're trying to do with the Flash movie for now. I'm curious to see what their plan is going forward because, like, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, for those of you who saw it, was like amazing. I loved the art. I loved the different characterizations. Yeah, it's just great. So I hope so going forward. I am excited for Michael Keaton's Batman and the Flash. I have a video on here somewhere, or maybe not. Maybe it's on my TikTok. I'm at the Batfeed on TikTok, so go check that out. I've got some Michael Keaton Flashpoint fan art up on there, so go take a look. It's also on my Instagram somewhere. You can find it. Um, that's my new filler thing. Instead of saying I'm just gonna go. Yeah. Okay. Do you plan on doing anything else on your channel, like more Nightwing and or Robin stuff? Yes. I intend to go into like as much of the Batman lore as I can. I'm going to be releasing another documentary pretty soon in the same universe as the 1939, sorry, focused on Robin specifically and the four different Robins. So we'll have Nightwing / Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, that whole Death of the Family story in that universe. We'll have Tim Drake and we'll have Damian. Looking forward to doing that. I wasn't able to record the audio until I got my mic and my audio interface, so that's all good to go now. And I'm hoping to get around to recording that. So, my thoughts on Dark Knight: A True Batman Story. If you've read it, I don't know if I have. I have heard of it. I'm kind of reading like 5 different books right now. I'm kind of a readaholic. So yeah, um, I'm listening to like 2 audiobooks and reading 2 or 3 physical books right now. So if I get a chance to get around to that, I will. But I've heard good things. Let's see. Do I like Marvel? I do. I like Marvel for what it is. I think it's kind of like I don't mean to offend anybody by saying this, but I think it's kind of small-minded to write either DC off because you're a Marvel fan or write Marvel off because you're a DC fan. Um, they're both very different things. It's like you can't really compare them because they all bring something different to the table. Uh, and I have nothing but respect for the MCU and Marvel Comics because they've been doing a fantastic job of piecing that universe together. I definitely prefer DC Comics over Marvel Comics, but I prefer the MCU over whatever the heck's going on with the DCEU right now. I'm hopeful that the DCEU is going to pick up, but you know, uh, I do think that DC is doing animated movies a lot better too. So that's kind of where I stand on it. But I do have the Batman Definitive History book. It's over on my shelf as well somewhere. I use it to reference when I do like theory videos and history and stuff like that. So I don't remember how much it was. It was somewhere between 50 to 75 bucks at Barnes and Noble. So if you guys are interested in that, they might still have it. I don't know. It is super heavy. My favorite original comic by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. I'm a huge Batcat shipper. I mean, I think most of the true Batman fans are, but I really like the first introduction of Catwoman. In recent comics, they reference that a lot, like them meeting on the boat. She was disguised as an old woman. She was stealing jewelry from the ship people, and Batman, through detective work, slowly pieced together that somebody on the passengers wasn't who they claimed to be, and deducted that it was the old woman, and then found out it was Catwoman, or as she went then as the Cat, short for Cat Burglar. So probably that one. I don't remember what number it is, but yeah. I like the Dark Knight trilogy by Christopher Nolan. I really do, but I also really don't like Christian Bale's Bat voice. I'm gonna get it out there, and I think his best Batman outfit was in Batman Begins, and I think his best Batman voice was in Batman Begins because it was like more gravelly and more like kind of rugged. The other ones, he goes from talking like this, like I'm Batman, to I'm Batman, and I'm a musician, and I know for a fact that like screws your voice up like crazy. So he would probably be completely voiceless by the time he reached his 70s. But I do like the movies. I think they're well done. I think that the actors did a great job, and I think that it's a very important part of the Batman cinematic universe. So, um, what do I think of the Batcave in the Batman trailer? I I like it so far. I actually do think that there are a lot of nods to Christian Bale's portrayal of Batman with Robert Pattinson's portrayal. See if I can find it. Um, no, my photo stream is a complete mess. Sorry, guys. Um, but basically, it was like a side by side of like Bruce Wayne with his bat suit and mask off. He had his bat suit on, but his mask off, and then Robert Pattinson with his mask off and his bat suit on, and like the hair is similar. They're obviously like different face shapes and like different facial features, but like very same vibe to like Bruce Wayne's underground base that he used temporarily when we built. So I think it's cool. I think this like down to earth, like he built most of the stuff he uses himself take is really good. I'm excited to see that. Um, I'm not excited for this potential Superman reboot that everyone's talking about. Uh, I want them to just stick with what they got, like stick to their guns, stop rebooting stuff. If they're gonna do a reboot, it should be in Matt Reeves' Batman universe or something like that. I'm just sick and tired of them rehashing these characters over and over again because they already started this shared universe thing, and they may as well stick to it. And I know Ben Affleck's kind of like up in the air of whether or not he's sticking around as Batman, but only time will tell. And unfortunately, we are at the mercy of Warner Brothers and whatever they decide to do. So, um, best suit in live action, probably the Batman versus Superman bat suit, just for comic accuracy and functionality. Unpopular opinion, I actually really like the bat suit in Justice League. Uh, it's like one of the only good things from what people call Justice League, because Joss Whedon like redid so much and made it the abomination it is now. That's why I'm excited for the Snyder Cut. We'll get to see more of Zack Snyder's original vision, because Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Justice League were supposed to be like his overarching story, like trilogy in the DCEU. So, what do I think of the Riddler's origin in the original comics? I'm not sure if I remember what it was, because and that shows you how memorable it was. A lot of those supervillains' original origins got like revamped because they were kind of forgettable and kind of didn't adapt well to the modern era. So my current favorite origin of the Riddler is that he grew up in a household where his dad was kind of like verbally abusive, and he was a really smart kid, but he took to using his intellect to commit crimes, and like I'm losing my train of thought, but you get the idea. I like the more modern take on it, where like he's more of like a pathological sociopath. I'm smarter than everyone else kind of guy, kind of like in the Arkham games. So, yeah, I agree. I think if they kept Robert Pattinson's Batman kind of like standalone, that would be much preferable. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. I know they've hinted at the fact that Superman and Wonder Woman exist with like some extras wearing those costumes and stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I would agree. It looks a little bit like Night Owl in Justice League, especially with the sunglasses. I respect Zack Snyder. I am not a fan of the sunglasses. My favorite part of the Justice League movie is when Batman took them off. So, full disclosure. Yeah. All right. Does anyone have any more questions? Because if not, we'll just move on to the giveaway details. I'll wait a few minutes, or not a few minutes, but a few seconds to see if you guys have anything else. And if not, we'll move on. Thank you so much for all your questions. Really good questions. My least favorite Batman actor, Val Kilmer. a lot of people give George Clooney hate, um, but really he's just a talented actor that got cast into the wrong movie. Uh, the late Joel Schumacher, which I don't want to speak ill of the dead because he brought his own spin to it, but quite obviously nowadays, not many people liked his iteration of it, and George Clooney just feels so bad for his involvement and apologizes every chance he gets, and I just feel bad for him because he gets so much crap as like the worst Batman actor, but he's really not. He's like a good Bruce Wayne. He's very suave. He's very like good to look at. All right. What do I hope to see in the Batman? I actually have a video on this. I have like a theory of whether or not the Joker is going to be in the Batman movies by Matt Reeves because they've talked about doing a trilogy of those. So if you want to go check that out, go look for it. It's just will the Joker be in the? Um, I'd love to see kind of like a. I'm like talking while my brain pieces together what I'm trying to say. There's going to be like I want to see the Riddler come on the scene and they have to like figure out how to stop him, kind of like 0 year iteration. Maybe with like the Red Hood gang making an appearance at some point, or the Red Hood, or even just like a Jack Napier type figure. But don't Joker until um, like the second or third movie. You know, one of my biggest beefs with like the first Spider-Man movie was they brought Willem Dafoe on as Green Goblin like way too early. Uh, Green Goblin, Joker, they're supposed to be like the arch nemesis of those respective heroes, and you got to build up to that just from a storytelling standpoint so that people understand the gravity of who's being dealt with. So go check that video out. It might not have aged well now that more news has come out, but I don't know. So I don't have like a concrete channel schedule yet. I mostly wanted to like get these live streams out of the way because we've had so many people come in recently, and I just wanted you guys to be on the same page as me. I like I'll share a little bit what's been going on in my life. I just moved here to Ohio from Chicago, like a little over a month ago. So I'm still kind of like you can see behind me. I've still got some boxes to unpack, but that's a slow process. Trying to figure it out as we go along. I just got my sound equipment set up. I'm still waiting on like the piece to mount my microphone onto the mic stand that I have because it's missing. My brother has it. Long story, but so I once I feel like I've got enough transition out of the way and concrete enough of a time slot to like make a schedule, I'll get back into that and I'll do another one of these live streams to let you know what that's going to look like. So thank you for asking. Because yeah, I want to get as much content out as possible. My priority number one for the next video I want to do is the Robin 1939 documentary. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be coming out, I want to say next week. Look for it on Thursday and Friday, and I'll see what I can do. I've still got to finish typing up the script and I've got to record the lines and do the editing, but I'm excited to get that one out to you because I think you guys are going to like it a lot. Ooh, that's a good one. Do you consider a real life Gotham, Chicago, or New York? And this be my last question. Sorry to anyone else who has more, but I've got a meeting coming up pretty soon. Meeting with Noah to talk about the stop motion project. So I'm gonna have to let you guys go fairly soon. But I think in name and in size and probably crime rates. And I don't know, anyone from New York can correct me on this because I've only been there a handful of times, but I would say that New York is more like Gotham, and the name Gotham actually comes from a nickname for New York. So there's that. But the architecture of Chicago, I think, reminds me a lot more of Gotham in some ways. You know, Some of the buildings are like a lot more gothic looking, and I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. It's not necessarily one that everyone needs to have, but that's just based off my personal experience. So thank you guys so much for your questions. I love answering them. I love interacting with you guys. It makes all of this worth it, to have you on board and to have you know what's going on. I'm really excited to have like um, a community page to like interact with you guys on a more regular basis, because right now what I've been having to do is like leave comments in my latest videos for you guys to see when I'm doing a live stream like this or something. I have to plan it in advance so that you guys see that there's going to be a live stream um, in your like upcoming subscription videos and stuff like that. So keep an eye out in the comments until the community page gets up and posted. It's gonna be a hot minute, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me. If you want financially in the meantime, again, go to Patreon in the link in the description. And if you have any questions about that, just let me know. Would love to have you guys on board and give you some more behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, that concludes our Q&A. On to the details of the giveaway. So I don't have rules yet, and I don't have the actual stuff yet, but I wanted to ask you guys. Here's see you, Marco. Thanks for coming, man. Here's what I have so far. I want to give away Batfeed merch. I'm probably going to make a t-shirt. I'm probably going to make a sticker, stuff along that line. Is that something that you guys would want? Yes or no? Just let me know in the live chat. The other thing I may include is action figures or collectibles like Batman items. No, but like there's oh yeah, the impressions. Okay, we'll do that really quick. Let's see. Who should I start with? Should I start with Michael Keaton? I'll start with Michael Keaton, or maybe Adam West. I can't really do Adam West very well. I can't really do any of them very well. We'll give it a go. Okay, Adam West. Hello, old chum. We're gonna go kick crime's butt and have a good time doing it. It's horrible. Michael Keaton. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. That's probably my favorite line that he does, because it's like so uncharacteristic of what you'd expect from Bruce Wayne, but it just cracks me up every time I see it. Okay. And Val Kilmer. I'm just gonna skip over him because he's kind of flat, but he kind of talks like this. He's got oh, I'm Batman. That's my Michael Keaton. I'm Batman. Val Kilmer is just kind of like even across. He's kind of got a similar voice to George Clooney in some ways, but George Clooney kind of talks like this, and he's pretty smooth, and he's like Alfred, and he's got a smoky voice, if you know what I mean. And he kind of gets annoyed with Chris O'Donnell as Robin sometimes because he steals his motorcycles and steals the Batmobile and whatnot. Okay, and then let's see who's next. Is it Bale? Is Bale after Clooney? I think so. That one's like the one that everyone does as a go-to. I'll try Kevin Conroy. I'm really not any good at it. It was all a lie. There's nothing wrong with you. Nice of you to say, but you of all people should know there's plenty wrong with me. There you go. You got a bonus one. Mark Hamill Joker, or at least how well I can do it. Bale. Where's the trigger? Where is it? Where is it? He's kind of a mouth breather a little bit. Like when he's got the mask on, you can tell he can't breathe through his nose, so he's like. So, okay. Ben Affleck is like, he uses like a vocal changer. I can't really do that, but I can do this. Your parents taught you that you meant something. My parents taught me a different lesson. Dying in a gutter for no reason at all. They taught me that the world only makes sense if you force it to. Been waiting for a while to do that. Oh, Diedrich Bader, man. Diedrich Bader is like next level in the Harley Quinn animated series. He's kind of like oh, thank you. I don't consider myself a Michael Keaton impressionist, so that means a lot. All right, back to the giveaway. So I'm hearing that you guys pretty much would want Batfeed merch, so I'll see what I can do about that. Eventually, I'll make it like accessible to all of you guys, but for right now, just for the giveaway, I'll probably make like a handful of them, and I'll let you know how you can access that. Maybe I'll make an online store once I get that sorted out. But yeah. Oh, and I can do Robert Pattinson real quick too. On vengeance. I'm losing my voice because I'm so dehydrated right now. Okay. Action figures and collectibles. You saw some of the action figures that I have. I'll probably throw one or two of those in there. I'll do a poll on which one you guys would like to see, because there's some really popular ones right now, but some of them are harder to find. Yeah, go follow me on Instagram, and I'll do a poll on there, and you can let me know. Will Arnett. Oh man, let's see. I got to think about that one. I only work in blacks and sometimes really, really dark grays. There you go. Yeah. So essentially, if you want like the bare bones of what the giveaway is going to look like, I'm going to flesh it out more and do another video, like I said, is you'll have to be following us on here, obviously. You'll have to follow us on Instagram. Document both of those and DM me on Instagram with photos of that, just so that I can keep track of who all has done both of those steps. But you won't have to do that until I post the official rules and officially what you'd be winning. So yeah, I'm excited to get that rolled out to you guys, because we hit 1,000 subscribers and like we're already 1,200. We've been flying through that. So keep spreading the word about the channel, and keep liking the videos. I'll keep making them. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm gonna start wrapping it up. And like I just said, like before that, my promise to you guys is, watching my videos, I'll keep making them. I really enjoy doing this for you guys. I really enjoy being on this journey with you. And I've been a Bat fan since high school, or even before that, really. I remember my brother and I were like our own dynamic duo. I would dress up like Batman, he'd dress up like Robin. We had a lot of those like old Batman the Animated Series figures and the Batman TV show, and we had the Bat Caves for those. It really picked up for me when I got like really sick in 8th grade. I watched Batman the Animated Series like nonstop while I was sick, and it just stuck with me. And I really like the idea of somebody standing up for the little guy in the face of injustice, and that really resonates with me a lot as someone who's experienced like bullying earlier in my life, and just kind of like has self-esteem issues. My purpose in making this content is to help you guys have fun and be entertained, but also to just let you know you're not alone, let you know that there is justice in the world, there is hope in the world, there are good things. And so, yeah, thank you guys for joining me. This is content for the fans, by the fans. I'm glad you guys are on this ride with me as well. If you keep watching them, I'll keep making them, just running through the bullet points. And yeah, if you play sports, you don't get bullied, bro. I don't know about that. Anywho, thank you guys so much for joining me. And remember, the night is always darkest before the dawn. And I promise you, the dawn is coming. Have a great day. Stay warm out there. And peace out.